I'm Chef Deborah, head chef and owner of the Cosmic Muffin Cafe. I want to thank you for joining me in this little short video on vinaigrette. We are going to begin with a very basic vinaigrette, and then I'm going to show you a second recipe with a little more interest and layers of flavors to it. The first question I'm asked all the time when it comes to making a vinaigrette is, how do we keep it from separating? That's a little bit of science in that question, which you're going to see demonstrated when I'm making it. But essentially, you want to create an emulsion, and we're going to cheat a little bit with an emulsifier that'll help us and also add flavor. Emulsion is when two or more ingredients are combined together and they don't ordinarily get along. So, for example, oil and water don't mix. Acids and oil don't mix. The molecules of the oils are big and fat and happy and loose, and the molecules of acids are smaller and tighter. So in emulsion, we have to slowly add the fatty molecules to the uptight ones so that they can become friends. That's how we keep it from separating. The second question I'm asked all the time is ratio. How much oil to how much vinegar? It's 3 to 1. 3 parts oil to 1 part acid. The acid might be a vinegar or it might be the juice of citrus, okay? So let me show you what we're going to do first. I'm going to introduce you to the ingredients. Our oil, of course, is going to be, I'm going to use a basic olive oil, okay? You can use any Italian, Spanish, Greek, French, it's your flavor, okay? The taste that you like. For the acid today, I'm going to use some fresh lemon juice, and I don't think I'm going to quite get enough, so I might have to help it a little bit and add some red wine vinegar. Alrighty? Our emulsifier and flavor additive is going to be Dijon mustard. We're going to cut some of the acidity with a little honey. You could use honey Dijon, but I like to control the sugar, so we're going to use a little bit of honey. We're going to add an aromatic in the shape of an shallot. A shallot is, think of if an onion and garlic clove went out on a date and hit it off and made a baby, that baby would be the shallot. Okay, it's a mild onion, mild garlic. I think that's about it, and salt and pepper. Okay, so let me show you what to do. The first thing I want to do is zest this lemon because I want to add some of the lemon zest. I can't juice it. I can't zest it if I've already juiced it. So I'm just going to use my zester here and run it over. You can see I have a little bit of, you can see that, some zest coming together. I'm being careful to not go too deep into the skin. I don't want any of that white pith. Can you see that? Let me show you really close. That's bitter. We just want the sweetness and the brightness of the lemon zest. Okay, and just put that in. And I'll use my bench scraper, and we're just going to set that off to the side, okay? It's going to go up to the side. Then I'm going to go ahead, cut my lemon in half, use my juicer. I know it looks like it goes in this way, my friends. That's what I see people make that mistake. But actually, the citrus has to go in this way so the juice can come through the holes, okay? So I'm going to put this right into the bowl. Squeeze that in. I want a good 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I could use orange. Orange is also one of my favorite flavorings. And I like these juicers because none of the seeds can get in there. I don't like having to pick out seeds. Actually, I did get a seed that flew onto the cutting board, so we'll get rid of that. All right, so there's our acid. We've got that ready. Okay, so put that there. Our little cheat and helper is the Dijon mustard. Adds a little flavor, and it helps to bring the emulsion together. So right here, we have lemon juice and mustard. That's it. Alrighty. Now I have my 6 tablespoons of olive oil. To make this work, I'm first going to whisk this together. Alrighty. And now I'm going to slowly drizzle in the olive oil. And I mean slowly. And when I teach classes in person, remember when we used to do that? When I teach classes in person, I kind of demonstrate a really effervescent, slightly aggressive, too friendly person approaching a more reserved person. So if that friendly, aggressive person runs over, "Hi, my name's Chef Deborah. I'm a chef. I have 4 kids, blah, blah, blah," it can be a bit much for the reserved person. But if I slowly approach somebody, if the aggressive, effervescent person slowly approaches and introduces themselves little by little, then it's not so off-putting. And that's exactly what we're doing with this acid and olive oil. All right, so that's going to go in. It's coming together nicely. Oh my gosh, okay. My bowl is staying put, but sometimes you have a bowl that moves across the counter or the cutting board. And when I make the second vinaigrette, I'm going to show you a secret to avoid that. Okay. And in she goes. Very nice. Okay. Okay. And just a little more. And we're there. Okay. No seasoning yet on this. I'm going to add a little bit of honey. I could pour the honey into a measuring cup. I've done that in the past, and then you don't get as much as you measured out, because a lot of honey, this happens with molasses, peanut butter, all those sticky things, they stick to the measuring cup. So what I like to do is spray with a little bit of this non-stick spray, but I'm not going to be using that much, so I'm going to show you. I'm just going to spray a little bit onto my spoon. Okay, right onto my spoon. Okay, and then go ahead and right into my bowl. All right, and we'll whisk that together. All right, let's add a little aromatic. We're back to our friend, the shallot. All right, move this out of the way. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the root end intact, just like when I'm mincing an onion. I'm going to remove the long end, the tail, make a little incision so I can get the skin off, peel it off, and you can put as much or as little of the shallot as you like. You could also use garlic, but I'm doing garlic for the other vinaigrette, so I don't want to use garlic twice. Alrighty, so I'm just like when I'm doing an onion, I'm going to make an incision right down the center, but I am not cutting in to the root. Okay, I went right up to it. And then I'm going to make small incisions, about 1/8 of an inch apart, north-south cut. Okay, so now I have this little accordion, and it's not falling apart. Hello, see, hello, and she's all intact. I'll make an incision inside, and then I'll just come down. Okay, so I have nice small bits of shallot. I don't like it when I bite into a big piece of onion or shallot, and as much as I love garlic, I don't always like biting into a chunk of garlic in my vinaigrettes either. And that's all I need, really. Again, I've got my French scraper. And we'll add this to the vinaigrette. Okay. Remember that lemon zest that we did earlier? That goes in. Okay. Not going to need this anymore because I have a nice emulsion, and I'm just going to stir this in together. All right. A little salt. I like a little bit of pepper. You could use white or black pepper. It's all according to your taste. Ooh, she's happy. Check it out. All right, let's taste for flavor. Tasting. It's good. It needs a little more salt, though. Just a smidge. I kind of like it salt these days. All right. Okay. That's it. That's a basic vinaigrette. All right. So acid, a little bit emulsifier, the Dijon mustard, the olive oil. Whisk it together slowly, 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 and then season it with aromatics and seasonings. That's it. Now our second vinaigrette starts out in the same way, but we're going to add additional layers of flavor. So again, we're going to start with our lemon juice, but I'm going to add some champagne vinegar to this, so I have 2 acids going. My same olive oil, I like that, and ratios are not going to change. It's still 3 parts of oil to 1 part of acid, and of course, I'm going to cheat and add flavor, but it helps with emulsifying, the Dijon mustard. No honey this time. Instead, we're going to use some Worcestershire sauce, a little anchovy paste, or you could use the anchovies in the can. And don't roll your eyeballs. This adds so much flavor. You're gonna love it. Trust me. And instead of a shallot, our aromatic will be fresh garlic. Alrighty. So that's what we're gonna do. So the very same way we start, we're gonna put in lemon. Squeeze that in. I'm using a larger bowl here, and I'll show you why. So lemon juice, so I think I got maybe a tablespoon out of this half lemon. Alrighty? So I'm going to use another tablespoon of my champagne vinegar. Alrighty? That's in there. Okay. I am going to add my Dijon mustard. Okay, a little bit more on this one. I want a little more zing for this, okay? And I am going to bring those together very quickly. Okay. And again, I'm going to slowly, let me get this so you can see it. Slowly, ooh, that was a little fast. That was not slow. Okay, I'm glad I made that mistake. I want to show you. That was too fast. Okay. Because I want you to see the bubbles in here. See? So let's give her a minute. A slow drizzle. Some people have asked me if you could use a food processor to make your vinaigrettes or a blender, Vitamix. If you're making a large batch, that would work, but you still want to slowly drizzle the oil in through the feed tube, through the tops of the food processor, or and it would be a mini food processor, my friends, or through the top of the Vitamix or blender, okay, very slowly. Oh, I wanted to show you, I'm working on a cutting board, so I don't have much of this slip sliding around, but on the countertop I would. If you don't have somebody here to hold the bowl for you while you're doing the slow drizzling, what you can do is dampen a kitchen towel. Let me move this so you can see. I have a kitchen towel here. I dampened it a little bit, and I'm going to make a little round, and now I have a stabilizer. So my bowl is not going to go anywhere. Actually, I'm going to tilt this up. I'm going to use my stabilizer to help show this. Okay? So we're going to continue getting this in. Give it a minute. So all the oil's in there, and you can see a nice, smooth, no separation. Okay? Now I'm going to add a little bit of about 2 fillets of anchovy fillets, but since I like to buy my paste, just a little under a tablespoon. I love anchovies. Yes, I'm one of those people that likes to put them on her pizza. The anchovy paste goes in there. A little bit of Worcestershire sauce. Okay, about a good tablespoon. Okay, alrighty. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. Whisk that in. Now remember, we haven't seasoned this yet either. Okay. Oh my God, I'm really happy with how this looks. This is really beautiful. Somebody here knows how to cook. Somebody named Deborah. Our aromatic, we want to add our garlic. So the root ends are removed. And I am just going to take the side of my knife and just give it a little hit. This one too. Peel off the skin. And same thing, I am going to cut this nice and small so that I don't have any big bites of garlic, unless I'm fighting a cold, then I would. I'm just going to run my knife through. All right. Nice and small. Oops, we don't want skin in there. All right. Bring it together. Really small. These are still too big. I want it less than that, okay? Here's my other bench scraper. Throw the other one in the sink. A little bit smaller. Okay, I'm happy. All right, garlic is in there. In. Yay. A good pinch of salt. Anchovies are a little salty, so I just said good pinch of salt. I'm a big fat liar. A small amount of salt. And a little peppy. You could use white pepper if you don't want to see it. Let's bring this together. Oh, nice. And take a little taste. This time I have this special spoon. I want more salt. Remember when I said earlier on the first one, how the acid can be a little bit much, and if that bothers, if it's still too burny, like it burns the back of your throat, go ahead and throw some honey in there. Not sugar, honey, or agave. Alrighty? That'll work too. Okay, let's try this one. I wanted more salt. Way better. Okay. That's it. So we have our very first vinaigrette, lemon juice, lemon juice, or olive oil, Dijon mustard, little honey, and some shallot, okay? The other kicked up one has a little Worcestershire sauce, anchovy paste, and garlic. Again, in this one we added the champagne vinegar. If you want to get creative and think outside of the vinaigrette box a little bit, consider other oils and vinegars. For example, you could use toasted sesame seed oil along with the rice wine vinegar. That's awesome. I really like that on my Asian salads, of course. And orange juice, too, is really, really great. Fresh orange is wonderful. Grapefruit is another acid to consider. And using different oils. If your preference is still olive oil, you want to decide between Greek, Spanish, Italian, or a blend. French, the French olive oil is very light. I really like those, too. So anyway, and different aromatics, all right? Herbs, herbs, fresh herbs. I mean, it's limitless what you can do with the vinaigrette. There's no reason to go out and pay money for something in a bottle. Make your own. It takes just a few moments. Anyway, thank you. That's it for the Cosmic Muffin Cafe vinaigrette lesson. Bye.